Another live session. I'm late on my entry, but welcome back to another live session for last day, Thursday, the day before NFP. So I was looking at the market for this potential entry today. So let's quickly look at what kind of trading opportunity we have today. Let's look at, first of all, gold. We have seen there is a strong breakdown in that area early today, and with that breakdown, this instrument currently having a very unusual move, and we could see that the price potentially coming well below the daily support level. So we have seen there is a very unusual breakdown on gold, and that might be that gold potentially could be changing its trend. And what we see here on gold, that the price is very aggressively bearish at the moment, and there has been significant breakup structure. And with that breakup structure, let's see that what's happening on gold, and we may see that this market having a very unusual drop, and we may see the price is, if you guys can see that it already has broken significantly downside here. This is a unusual break, and we might see that potential change of trend for long-term picture. So looking at here on the lower time frame, we can see the price has almost come back to this support level, and this may lead that price even further downside here on gold. And what we see that with this massive drop, if you look at it, you can see this is a very strongly bearish market. 1 hour chart and the 4 hour price action, we have seen the market has completely broken the support, which is, if you look at the daily, you can see this is the daily support level. The price has came back below the daily low, and with that complete breakup structure, this instrument currently testing this level, and we may see that further drop, or we could see that pullback as the market in a very low level, in a very an important support level at the moment. I was looking at to see that downtrend, and if we see that the market potentially reverse, we might be able to look for bullish opportunity, as this market is in a very strong bearish trend. So we would like to see that the market is possibly to return back to the upside, as it is a long-term bull market. So if we see the market in fact manage to change the trend, we can look for that potential entry. At the moment, we can see the price is highly bearish at the moment, so it's on the support level, and that bearish move, let's see where the price possibly to be heading here. And it may try to recover some of this move, but at the moment we will be waiting to see if the price is in fact here you can see it has come back to that support. And if this is the 4 hour candle, you can see it's a massive drop in that direction from the 4 hour perspective. And that drop, what we could see the price either to drop even further, or possibly to go back to the resistance line here on this instrument. So at the moment we are looking at to see if it's still maintaining that bearish trend, or it's having a possible returning to the upside to the resistance line, as the price already dropped to well below this daily level here. So if you look at the 15 minutes, you can see that this is the 15 minutes price action, which is unusually bearish at the moment. And so here what we can see that there is a reaction from this support level, as there is a reaction here. In that reaction, we may see that the price to return again some some move to the upside for a deeper pullback. This is the 4-hour candle, and in this 4-hour candle we can see that it dropped to that significant level. Now if the price in case reverse from this level, then we may see the price again going back to the upside here. So what I will be using here, a buy stop in that area for this potential bounce. So if the market bounces, this is a long-term bull market. If the price bounce, we might see the price to go back to some of this level here. So, and extremely volatile market, so we will be placing a buy stop here for possible upside if we see that if there is any change of trend in this market. So otherwise we might see the price again going back to that resistance support level, and then possibly to have a bigger drop, which we could see even that bigger drop. So at the moment we can see the market is in a very crucial level. If you look at the 5-minute chart, you can see that this is a doji formation on the 5 minutes, and if this market going back up to the resistance line, again that's where we will be looking for any entry if there is anything here. At the moment we can see that the market from the daily has dropped to very important support level, expecting it to possibly to have a recovery move for this massive drop on the daily. So you can see this is the daily price where there has been significant drop, and let's see if there is any recovery move or it's still remaining that bearish in that direction. So this is a buy stop that we will be placing here. So placing a buy stop in that area, and if the market is managing to return back up, that will be possibly to enter a buy stop here in that zone. So as you can see, it's still maintaining that that bearish price action. We may see that breakup structure here, and let's wait to see what kind of movement it is doing in that zone. So looking at the 15 minutes, which is also strong bearish market. So looking at to see if you can see this is a so still maintaining that bearish move, and so looking at the 1-hour chart here, you can see that this is a very strongly bear market. So we will be at the moment, as the market is very highly bearish, I'll be waiting for the price to possibly to show a recovery move to the upside, as this is a daily level here. The market on the daily support level, would like to see what kind of price action is forming. And so looking at the lower time frame here, it's on the support level. Let's wait to see. Are you guys with me? So let's see. Here is, you can see that this is a very strongly bear market, and in this area the price slowly forming narrower candle formation in that area. So 30 minutes price action also, we may see that possibly downtrending drop here in that area. So let's see that if the price is having any possible recovery move, or it just keep pushing down in that area. I think we may see that breaking below in that area. So this is a strong downtrend. So you can see there's a 5-minute candle drop here as well. So with that drop, it may have now, unless we see a possible strong bullish reaction, we may see that the market to possibly to drop here. But at the moment, we can see that if there is any reaction coming from the buyers as the market in a very low level, we'll see that possibly to remain bullish. So let's see that here. Whenever the bulls trying to break, the bears dropping that price back below. And looking at here the lower time frame, this market is highly bearish, and we may see that possible drop. So you can see that it's breaking below in that direction. So where you can see that keep pushing down. This is a sudden break of structure on gold, and with this very strong break of structure, what we can see that the price has dropped to a very low level at the moment. And unless we see a clean reaction from this, we may see that possible drop in the market. Let's wait to see where the price possibly to heading. And this is the last candle that we can look to see if the market is reacting to the upside or just keep pushing down. And where so 5 minutes chart here, we can see from the 5 minutes it's a very strongly bearish price action formation. 1 minute chart here also, there is a, if you look at the 15 minutes here, we can see that there is a very strong drop towards the downside in this market. So in the last candlestick pattern formation, if it is any kind of a reversal pattern, then we may see the price to go back up. Otherwise, we may see the market is possibly to remain bearish here. So 30 minutes candlestick pattern, this is a, from the 30 minutes we can see this is a sharp bear market. So let's wait to see now what the market is potentially doing here. If it is reacting to the upside, we may see that to bounce. Otherwise, we could see that the price is possibly to remain bearish, as it's in a very important support level. It's a very unusual drop that I have seen on gold, and it was in a very strong uptrend. Suddenly the market had a breakup structure and then started to trend here. So we place our pending order above this high. If the market to remain if the market to reverse, then we will be entering into the trade in that area. Otherwise, we may see that the price to keep pushing down. So we see a little bit of reaction from the buyers, which is a slight change in sentiment. And this is now important to see if the market is, this is the 15 minutes candle close here. So which is a doji formation on the 5 minutes as well. You see there is a green candle close on the 5 minutes. Now this 5 minutes green candle, if it is a bullish reaction, we may see some movement, or we could see the price to possibly to remain in that direction. So let's wait to see what is happening. If it is forming any kind of inverted head and shoulder here, then we could see some uprise. Otherwise it may keep pushing down in that area. So we're waiting to see that what is happening. Though the price on a, if you look at the daily move, this is a massive drop on the daily, which is very unusually massive drop. And that drop on the daily, if you look at it, you can see this is a daily level, and as there has been a very strong drop on the daily, okay, so if it reacts, we might see that it's going back up to the resistance line, and we place the pending order here. So you see some reaction coming at the moment, which is good sign that we might see some reaction here. So if we look at the 1 minute chart, let's place our pending order here. Buy stop in that area. So we are placing a buy stop above this high. Readjusted the buy stop, TP target to that level. So place the buy stop at 3098.62, and if the market is in fact reacting to that, then we might see that reversal. Otherwise we could see the market to potentially remaining in that direction. So we'll be waiting to see if the market having that reaction. And in the meantime, guys, thanks for joining the live session. We have started another live, and yeah, welcome. And here is the point that to look at if the market is having a reversal here. So looking at the, if you guys look at it, it's the 15-minute chart here. This is a narrow doji formation. If it is reacting, then we may see that from here to reverse back to the resistance line. Otherwise we may see the market is still remaining bearish. So our buy stop at 3098.46, and if it is going up to that buy stop, then we might see that trigger and then pushing back up again for as if you look at the daily chart here, you can see this is the daily price action, and the market is really in a very crucial level on the daily. And because it's in a daily crucial level, we may see that the price to have a possible reaction here, because this is a in 1 day, that's a big move. So because it's 1 day in a big move, if it return back up, we might see that suddenly the price to go back up to the resistance line. Now I would like to ask with a poll that, do you think gold is going back to the daily resistance, or it may keep pushing down? What's your view on that? So posting a poll here. Let me ask with a poll. So what's your opinion on gold? So do you think that bounce back to resistance, or dropping down to the, dropping below further? So what's your view on gold? I have posted a poll. You can share your opinion. Is this, do you think that it's gonna reverse from here, or it's gonna go up and then drop again? So what's your view? I think we may see possible reversal here, which is possible to see, because if it reverses, then we might see the market again going back up to the daily level. So because it's a we place the buy stop here, as if the market reverse from this level, we may see the price to go back up again to the that this is where there is a massive drop today. 4 hour, if we look at, this is the 4 hour candle. This 4 hour candle is it's a massive drop here, and if it is a fake drop, then we might see the price going back up here again to the resistance line. So you see some reaction to the upside, and we will be triggering a trade if it bounce back up here. Let's see where it is heading to. And we can see that it's moving in that direction. So we'll be triggering a trade once it reach that level, and we see that the market is in fact here showing some reaction, and that reaction might be bouncing back to the resistance line. In that case, if it suddenly break out, we might see straight back to the here to the neckline. So that's why we have placed the pending order. So we can see that it's approaching that level. So we place that pending order, and the trade is up now. At the moment, the trade is active here on gold, and we might see that the market to possibly to react to the upside here. Are you guys with me? So we might see some possible reaction to the upside here, and if that's the case, we may see the market is going back up to the liquidity zone here. You can see this is the 30 minutes candlestick pattern, which is have significant liquidity gap. So if that's the case, we might see the price to possibly to return again to the upside here, and the trade is active here. Let's see that if it is having that reaction, or it just showing some kind of pullback and to drop again. So if you look at the 15 minutes, you can see that this is a 15 minutes price action. I think there might be some reaction to come up in that market for the possible reversal, and if it reverse, it is also possible that this daily candle is straight going back to the daily resistance here at 3132 level. Possible if straight going back up to the daily resistance, and that's why you can see some kind of reaction coming in the market. So if it comes that reaction, we might see the price to go back to 3132 level, which is possible to happen in this market. Let's wait to see the lower time frame price action, how they are forming quite a few long wick reaction here. So yeah, it is possible to have a reversal with an inverted head and shoulder formation, and then to go back to the daily resistance line. Let's see that here, where you can see Okay, so here is what you can see, some again some pullback here. Now if it is a inverted head and shoulder, we should be able to see the market to reverse and then to trend again in the major direction. I think it's possible. Still we are on the trade in that one. And if you look at the daily here, you can see that this is the daily price action. And if it is suddenly in a very low level, we may see that for the market to remain that in that direction here. I hope that guys, you guys are ready for another big trading day. As NFP week, we may see that there might be significant movement. Yeah, gold will bank. We are waiting to see that bounce. Do you think that gold is going to bounce here? We can see that this is a if you look at here 5 minutes, there has been a break, and it may have a bounce here. At the moment we could see that it's having that bounce, and with an inverted head and shoulder, okay, we might see that it's going back up here. If it is forming that inverted head and shoulder, we may see the price to go back up and to create a new higher high in this market. So let's wait to see where the price is going up, and based on that we will be entering into the trade here. And here is the possible reaction in that market. And what do we see that here? This is the 15 minutes candle also closing nearly, and this 15 minutes candle could be a bullish price action, as the previous one closed above this high, and if this one is closing up, that might be a possible bullish reaction in this market. So still the price action is not fully developed for the bull. It's still still in a downtrend, but I think we may see some market sentiment change. We'll be waiting to see proper price action confirmation before we look for any change in the trade. At the moment, this is the 15 minutes and the 5 minutes price action, and the 1 minute. So 1 minute is where we need to look at to see the market to reverse again, possibly to have that possible change of trend in that market. So the 1 hour chart here. Now the 1 hour on gold is very important, because there is a 1 hour candle closing, and if this 1 hour candle is closing as a the doji or as a bull candle, then the next one we could see to go back up to retest that level here. So at the same time, 1 minute again we can see some reaction in the downside. 15 minutes, here is the price action that we can see on the 15 minutes, and so we would like to see that reaction from the 15 minutes. We can see 5 minutes, and the 1 minute. If the 1 minute price action going back for change of trend, waiting to see what kind of price action is forming here. As pardon me guys, as you can see, there is an inverted head and shoulder bounce, and if it is changing a trend, we could see that move in that area. 30 minutes here, this is where you can see there is a doji. Now 30 minutes, we can see that there is a doji formation on the 30 minutes. 15 minutes candle closed. 5 minutes and the 1 minute. So yeah, if you want to see that change of trend, you would like to see that the market is basically breaking to the upside. Because ultimately, if we look at the 1 hour closed with a doji, which is possibly a bearish price action here, and with that bear market, with the 1 hour, (15 minutes). So 5 minutes, looking at possibly to remain bearish from the 1 minute. So we are looking at in that area to see that the market is having possible reaction to the upside here. Let's see that where possibly the price to be if it is reacting to the upside here. This market is where if we see that for a reversal, if you look at the daily here, that's where I only see that there is a possible for a move on the daily. And from the daily perspective, this is a really massive drop in 1 day after such a strong uptrend. And the market in a very significant level. 4 hour chart here, we can see that this is the 4 hour candle, which is also big drop. And from the 1 hour, and from the 15 minutes, from the 5 minutes, and the 1 minute. So yeah, this is the market showing very strong bear price action. Might be difficult for the bulls to move that price back to the upside here, but let's wait to see if it is forming any structure in that area. And when the news coming, so let's look at the Forex factory calendar for the upcoming. So coming up in 25 minutes, unemployment claims. So that might be a market mover. At the moment, for that news, if the price to react to the upside, that you will possibly see that at the moment you can see it's trying to reorganize in that area, the price action. Now if the data coming is possibly to react that price before the news, then we might see that the price to go back up again to the liquidity zone, and then to possibly to reverse again in that area. looking at possible reversal, as there is a news coming, we may see that if, let's say this is the 30 minutes, and if the market going up to fill that zone here, then we might see that sudden bounce to the resistance line. As if you look at the daily chart here, this is a very unusual 4-hour chart. Also the market in a welcome, there has been little bit of disconnection, but I think we are back on the network. So here is the market is if we look at 15 minutes and 5 minutes chart, we can see that there is a possible reaction here from the lower time frame, and before the news expecting for the price to possibly to have an upside bias here. Now if this market is possibly to moving back up to the resistance line, could be significant move before the data. Now this is the 30 minutes chart here, and now if it is going up for a weak fill, there is a clean imbalance in the market, and this is what I'm expecting for possible weak fill. If it is going up for a weak fill, then we might see the price going back up to the resistance line here. So here is what you can see. There is a doji on the lower time frame, and we can see there was a 1 minute chart here. Also the price trying to create a reaction here. Now the 1 hour chart here, which is looking like that the price to trying to break below. If you look at the 4 hour here, 4 hour chart, what I think that if you guys look at, you can see this is the 4 hour price action, which is from the 4 hour, it's a very clean break below, and this kind of price action on the 4 hour is unusually lower here. And in that situation, if we look at the 1 hour here, also very narrow candle. So we'll be looking to see if this market to break below further or to react again to the upside. I think there might be bigger drop as we discussed, or to see if the market is with the news having possible reaction here. There is a doji formation on the 5 minute chart, which is possibly bearish price action here on the lower time frame, and this is where you can see that breaking again in that direction. Okay, so there is a long wick on the 1 minute chart. If it is having that reaction, okay, so if the market wants to reverse, you should be able to see that reaction from that level. As of with the data, this is a very important market at the moment in that area, and would like to see that it's It's reacting in that direction. 30 minutes chart here. Okay, so 1 minute has formed a narrow doji. If we look at the 4-hour here, and 4-hour price action, really surprised with such a big drop in one session, and such a big drop in one session, really unusual to see that at the moment. And we'll see that why the market dropped that far in one session. So this is on a level where there is a head and shoulder. Now, if this market wants to go back to reverse, then there is no other room but to see that this is the last point that we can see for the market to possibly to have a reaction here, and our stop loss is well below here. So we'll be waiting to see in fact what the market is doing at the moment here in this area. And we have 15 minutes for the news to come up. There is a 15 minutes candle closed, and there is a also in the last moment there is a possible rejection. So if you look at the 1 minute, I think there might be some possible reaction from the bulls to see if this market wants to go back up for a deeper pullback. We see some reaction coming from the bulls. So there's a 15 minutes price action has formed, candle closed, and with this 15 minutes closed, we can see the market possibly to show now a possible directional bias. And whereas we can see that this is the 1 minute chart, guys, and with that in mind, we are having last 15 minutes candle before the news, which is possibly the news candle coming up. As soon as this candle will close, there will be news in the market, and waiting to see that how the price possibly reacting to that news. Okay, so here is the price in a very narrow area. It's in a very narrow zone with a very narrow doji formation. And if we see that possible reversal back to the upside, we should be able to see from those levels here the market in a very crucial level. And if you see that possibly inverted head and shoulder here, that we should be able to see the market to react in that direction, or to possibly to trend. Now daily price, again looking at, this is a very strong daily drop. If we look at the 4-hour here, also incredibly big drop in one session. Usually when we see this kind of drop directly, we could normally expect for the market straight going back to the that above the level, and then the price to again trend in the major direction. So but here we see that in the 1 minute perspective, this is a whenever the market is trying to go back up, the sellers trying to sell. As there is a data coming, we could see what is started to drop, could keep dropping here, and which is if it wants to have a complete reaction, then we'll see that if it is having that. And before the news, the last 10 minutes remaining, see that what kind of price action it is forming. Okay, so if it is, let's see if the market to react here. We're on the trade and waiting to see that how the price might be reacting with the upcoming news. What we can see here, as you can see, this is a narrow doji formation, and the bearish price action. As the data coming, 4-hour, this is a massive drop in one session on the 4-hour, and before the news, let's see that if it is a possibility to recover that move on the lower time frame, which we may see or may not see. Like to wait for the price to show possible directional bias here. You have only 10 minutes to go before the data, and 4-hour candle, it's almost to the 4-hour support. Market in a very crucial level. And Okay, if it is having that reaction on the lower time frame, let's see if that's the see the last point in the doji, and there is a very narrow doji at the bottom. This unbelievable drop here, and from the daily, this is a daily support level. And this is a very massive drop on XAU USD, and we can see that this is a full break of structure. We'll look to see that what's happening. So in this area here, okay, so we can see that with the data coming up, this is a complete break of structure. So you see that it's the price has dropped back below that support level, where the market is in that area where there is a complete break of support